Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It's another promo Friday on FC26 with the second week of Ultimate Scream, but this time around, it's not quite living up to the same levels of hype, and mainly that's because of the player SBC that we're expecting today, the big SBC that is. We'll cover why that's the case and look to evolutions to maybe deliver on some better Friday content because we have some leaks there and some cards moving on the market to prove it, and we have to be on the lookout today, guys, for a new tournament that's going to be dropping. The One Nation tournament starts today, but what are the rewards going to be for that? And we have a really massive SBC. One Player of the Month Mbappe expires, and another one drops in the game today. We're going to talk about a lot more as well, including the market, on what to expect with the new FUT Champs rewards in this game affecting things over the weekend. Let's talk about it, guys. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it and subscribe if you are new. Now, speaking of packs and rewards, we got to start with yesterday's Thursday content, which of course is all about the season pass. And guys, we saw a lot yesterday from the season pass that left a lot to be desired, but a couple of interesting things to note. This season pass is shorter than the last season. It's only 27 more days. This is going to end right around the time of the Black Friday promo. Maybe it's Thunderstruck this year. During that time frame, that's when this will end. So we're actually going to be getting the players at the very back end of the season and some of those really good playstyle pluses, right? That best content in this season pass kind of in like probably 3 weeks, I would say, because usually they let level 40 become obtainable at least a week before the season expires, with the Lozano and the Rodrigo with Finesse Plus back here at level 40. Of course, you got the good evolutions back here as well in the level 35 range with the Intercept Plus and the Finesse Shot Plus. The best thing is that you can now preview these rewards, guys. Remember, that's one of the new things that we can do in this latest server update or latest patch is you can see cards right now that fit your club, or as you're getting close to that evolution in the season pass, you can actually preview it, which is actually pretty sick. Now, this premium pass, as I mentioned on Twitter and I talked about on the stream, I'm not going to be buying this, guys, until we get the third installment of the FC points, right? We're waiting for that third installment of the 2000 FC points if you bought the Ultimate Edition of the game, and it's honestly something that we have to look out for today on Friday night late, because if you guys remember the second installment of these points, because we get 3 of them, right? 2,000 right away, 2,000 in October, and 2,000 in November. The second installment came out the night of September 30th, the end of the month of September into the beginning of October. So I'm not saying EA is going to do it early again and make the mistake that they made the last time, because technically, again, these were supposed to be released from the start date of when you logged in September. So we weren't supposed to get our second FC points until like October 19th and our third until November 19th. So we'll just have to wait and see if EA make the mistake again or if they correct the issue. But I'm going to wait till I get those points to be buying this pass, because 500,000 coins and me spending my own money is not realistic for me buying that pass there. Now, a couple nice things about the pass is definitely the silver icons. And guys, the Pelé, the Jairzinho, Carlos Alberto Muller, and Beckenbauer can all be completed in 40 games. It's a lot easier than last time around, where it took a lot of games and a lot of different squads and players to get that done. You can really mix and match these, and I think EA's done this because it is a shorter season. Now, once again, to mention, I do believe it has to be the men's Bayern players, and for that center defensive mid Beckenbauer, as it mentions, it has to be a German CDM in your team. It has to be their preferred or main position on a CDM card there. So bookmark this tweet here from FC26 News, and then get this done over the course of the next few weeks. 40 games to get all 5, not 3, all 5 of these icons is a really nice way to get that done. So that's there. Also with the season yesterday, we had dropped in objectives a new cup. Yeah, the Season 2 Cup event, which, guys, gives Quinones loan. You get a chance basically to use some of the cards that are in the season pass on loan early. So you can use that Chucky Lozano 5-game loan, Marta 5-game loan. And then the group reward, kind of, the best card in here is Fred. And you have 2 ways to get him. You can win this tournament 5 times, or you can score 1 goal in 50 separate matches in this same tournament event. It's a tournament style mode. It's got not quite unlimited games, but almost unlimited games, and it's out for the whole entirety of the season. Honestly, guys, this doesn't interest me enough to play it. I probably will just play 10 games here to get this 82 by 3, and then I'll play 5 games to get this World Tour Evolution consumable right there. That's probably all I'm going to do from this World Tour Cup, because it doesn't seem like the rewards are personally that good to go and chase. Now, for the rest of yesterday's content, of course, we had the goalkeeper evolution that was leaked a couple of days ago, and now it is in the game. It is free, which is nice, and it gives a huge boost to speed. Like, take a look at this example, goalkeeper going from 40 speed up to 71, and you get the rush out goalkeeper play style, which, man, it is actually very annoying to play against a goalkeeper that has rush out, because they come out of net, come out of goal so fast, and sometimes it's hard to shoot around them in time before they get to you. There are some decent cards that fit this, but once again, goalkeeper evos always come with an asterisk because they don't improve the reactions on the card. But this is at least going to make goalkeepers feel really interesting with that rush out play style and the speed being added to the cards there. Also, this is a good reminder to sell in the hype, right? A lot of these goalkeepers were 2,000 coins, like Nick Pope, 2,000, and now he's down to 750, 850, because there wasn't enough demand for this evolution to actually keep his price inflated, and he's now gone back down. So selling the hype for evolutions is always a good play, and that's going to be something we discuss related to today's evolutions on Friday as well. Last part of yesterday's content was the SBCs, where we had the usual Thursday drop of marquee matchups in here, including the Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea game, which of course does give the Prime Electrum Players pack. It's not a crazy week of MMs, but they're tradable packs there if you want to get that done. Of course, we have the daily refreshing bronze, silver, and gold and rare gold packs. That could actually help you not only do league SBCs right now, but it could help you do marquee matchups too. And then we had the Wolves CDM center back player SBC for Ladislav Krejci. This card is very cheap. He's just an 82 rated squad and an inform to get a card who needs evolutions but has good base play styles. Honestly, for a center back, if he could get like plus 3, 4, or 5 pace and a little bit more defending, and then add an intercept or a jockey playstyle here pretty soon for evos, this could end up being a pretty nice card. So for an 82 squad with an inform, that is pretty cheap. Now let's get into the news and what we have to discuss today, because we're going to start talking about player of the months to get into all this detail. Before we get to what's actually happening today, I want to talk about news from yesterday that's going to impact us next week. We have the Premier League and Bundesliga Player of the Month votes that are live. And for Premier League, it really is not a obvious choice here. I think Brian Mbeumo is going to end up winning this because of the form United are in, and Mbeumo having 3 goals and 1 assist. But Krupi from Bournemouth also has 3 goals, and so does Erling Haaland. Again, it really goes by the number of goals and assist contributions you have here. Most of the time, that's who ends up winning. Timber also has a shout at this, though, because 3 clean sheets in 3 appearances, 1 headers, 1 cross. Like, it's not as, glamorous as a striker or a midfielder scoring goals, but Mbeumo with United playing the way that they are, winning games, it's probably likely he does end up winning this. We'll just have to see. It'll probably be our next Friday early Player of the Month SBC drop for this Bundesliga award. We also have, that's Prem. We also have Bundesliga in here between Baumgartner, Burkhardt, Luis Diaz, Grimaldo, Kimmich, and Olise. Of course, you've got a couple of goals there for Grimaldo. You've got 4 goals for Baumgartner, 4 goals for Burkhardt. Looking like it's going to be one of those 2 guys, but if Bayern would maybe end up winning this one, I don't know who it would be. Potentially Luis Diaz. We'll have to see. But the voting is out, so get your votes in, and we'll see those SBCs probably next week. But the SBC that we are seeing today, now this gets into today's content, guys, is Mbappe. And that is right, once again, Mbappe, his first Player of the Month SBC is expiring, but he was leaked yesterday to have officially won the award. And actually, this is his official card. We knew that Mbappe had won the award, but this is his Player of the Month card. It's going to be dropping as an SBC today. He's got the quick step on this one, but it is 92 rated. It's a simple +1 over both his gold and his player of the month here in terms of the overall rating, and the stats are almost the same. This one has +1 pace, +1 dribble, and then I think +1 physical over the player of the month, but he's got quick step plus instead of rapid. Personally, I like rapid this year as of right now in this game over quick step in terms of a playstyle. So if you did the 91, I would not feel worried about doing the 92. It's such a small stat boost, and the price of this SBC is going to be outrageous since it is a 92. This was, of course, 24 squads for the first player of the month, and right now it's actually like 4.1 million coins with how expensive fodder has gotten. I wouldn't be surprised if this SBC ends up being 5 mil or like 4.7 if it's like 27 squads or maybe even 30 of them that EA require for this Mbappe. It's not going to be cheap. Is it going to make fodder move is the next question. Guys, last time this Mbappe was released, a lot of cards went crazy. You guys might remember me buying Angerer for 150k, selling her for 200,000 coins plus. I don't think that cards are going to have the same spike that they did last time. Some of the informs, like Harry Kane is one of the highest rated informs in the game, obviously went up a bunch because you needed informs in higher rated squads of Mbappe. He spiked right here. Went from 100k up to, he was actually right around 180,000 coins, but he was like, chilling at 140 during that Mbappe SBC. And he's back up again. I would tell you guys to sell this in the hype because yes, it is another Mbappe SBC, but also most people who wanted to do Mbappe probably did the first one, and there's going to be some people doing this one today, but honestly, I think I would sell on the hype because there's already a lot of people investing in this fodder, and it's not like the other SBCs that we have out right now are requiring 88 and 89 rated squads. Basically, everything else is 87s and below, and I think that means the 89 and the 90 rated fodder and above that a lot of people have invested in for Mbappe may potentially drop a little bit or at least just stay the same price. So I would get your coins from that and sell ahead of time today just to be safe. Now, on to Ultimate Scream, which of course we're going to talk about the team in packs, but let's talk about the SBC because last week we had the Pogba, and Pogba was released and it was great. He was cheap and it's been a fun card to use. This week, of course, we have the Rashford Scream card that has been leaked. This is the big SBC. This is what all the hype has been building towards in this second week of Ultimate Scream. But yesterday, we kind of got some bad news about this Rashford card. These are the official stats for the two versions of Rashford. It's a player pick once again, just like Pogba. You got the striker version that's probably going to have 4-star skills. That has a little bit lower pace, but higher dribbling and higher shooting. And you have the right wing version, which looks clear in terms of the stats. That's got higher pace and higher passing, a little bit less shooting and dribbling, but not by much. And allegedly, he plays right wing, but he also just has the right wing and right mid positions. He does not have left wing on this Rashford card. Not sure about the striker version there, but obviously when you notice here, you don't see a playstyle plus on either of the versions, and that was kind of mentioned here by Foot Police saying, to answer a frequently asked question, I don't have any information if he will get a playstyle plus or not. Right now, he doesn't have it, but EA can add it if they want. If he doesn't have a playstyle plus, he's 86 rated, that's a little bit of a bummer because, of course, Pogba had a playstyle plus last week on both of his different versions. Sure, you could say, well, EA's doing this so that we add a playstyle plus to him later on in the season pass at that level 35 finesse plus, right? That's very true. They could be doing that, but who wants to wait for that? Like, you would want the playstyle plus on the card today. So people are seeing this and really thinking that it's not going to be as good as they originally thought. But maybe the price will be super cheap. Who knows? I can't imagine that it would be because it's Marcus Rashford. And this is honestly the second sort of situation heading into today where we were frustrated, right? We talked about earlier in the week how EA's dropping these new promo cards for players, especially via SBC, that already had EVOs or already had SBCs released. Well, the Rashford EVO, if you already have that, I think your EVO card's looking clear, except for the one with 93 pace. That one's going to look a lot better. So it really just comes down to the price and the regular playstyles that this Rashford SBC has today. Of course, his base gold has got the power shot, he's got the rapid and the quick step. So it comes down to what the base playstyles are and the price today for this one. But I don't think this is going to slap nearly as much as the Pogba SBC did based on what we're seeing right now. And since that's the case, guys, I think I would tell you too, selling the hype on any of those Barca men's or women's investments that you maybe bought that people would be buying to link to this Rashford. Sure, it's still Rashford. He's still very hyped. but unless it's super cheap and still looks good without a playstyle plus, some of these cards like this Balde, who's gone from 230,000 coins up to almost 290, I would sell it on the hype just to be safe. Now, you could maybe risk it a little bit more with an out-of-packs card like this Balde, but, other players like Koundé, other players, even like Pau Kubarsi as a center back, these sort of players are up in value from where they were during the week, but I think I would maybe sell on the hype if you feel like your Barca linking player is overpriced because of people investing in it for the Rashford. Now, other SBCs that we would be expecting today. Remember last week we had the first exchange type of SBC of the year. We had the 85 to 87 upgrade, and there's been other packs that we've seen in the game, and other packs were added to the code that could be like this. We may be getting another one of these exchange type of SBCs, but the only other one that we could be getting is the 85 to 89 upgrade. That seems almost too good to be true to have both of those out at the same time, but I just wanted to mention it because it is possible. That pack is in the code. Now, both the 85 to 89s and the 85 to 87s are also in this Fright Fest objective, which I'm going to try to get this one done here very soon, claim these packs, and then open them today for this Team 2 of Ultimate Scream, which should be a fun time on stream today. But could we also get that 85 to 89 in the SBCs? Potentially. And if we did, some of that low-tier fodder could actually have some life again. Again, 83s are going to be a good investment this weekend because that 85 to 89 is out for, or 85 to 87, sorry, is out for a whole nother week plus, right? It's out for 20 more days. I gotta go buy 83s right now to get this done for myself. And since we know how successful these cards were in the past week with Scream number 1, being able to be packing promo cards, because I packed Peter Crouch for one of these this week. A lot of people are going to hit them this week, number 2 of the Scream promo as well. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention. I wouldn't expect too much else in SBCs today besides the Rashford, but maybe there's that sort of upgrade pack, and there also could be a new, and there probably will be a new Team of the Week upgrade. Now, speaking of packs, we had a little bit of a surprise yesterday because the leakers got one of the SBC leaks incorrect. Notice that 87 rated center attacking mid USA player there, that is Christian Pulisic. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's Yunus Musa. He doesn't play for Milan anymore. That is the Pulisic card. And if he's on this loading screen, that means he's in packs and not an SBC like Foot Sheriff originally leaked, right? This was the leak earlier that was kind of crazy because he just had the player of the month and we were like, oh, I said I'm in pain because Pulisic is getting another card and I just did his player of the month. Well, looks like Foot Sheriff was wrong. The leakers got it wrong. And Pulisic is going to be in packs as a part of the team today. And I find it very interesting that as of right now, the full team is not leaked yet. Not all the players, and especially not all the players with official stats. Now, we've seen the names here, right? Foot Sheriff has leaked these names: Dembele, Mariona, Schneider, Paulo Futre. It is a very good-looking team, but it's a bit odd in this day and age of this game that we don't have a full team with official stats leaked heading into a Friday promo content day. So is EA trying to pull a fast one on some people and change up stats on cards or change up who is in this team? Again, Foot Agent has tweeted out players like Matuidi with the Jockey Plus change on his card, the Weah card looking decent there for an upgrade. Ousmane Dembele, of course, gets the finesse. So these are cards that we've seen leaks of with official stats, but there's been nothing new in the past day, which is very odd when it comes to a promo Friday not having the full team leaked, which I'm a fan of. Let's go. Have some surprise. I'm all for that, but I also would say I'm not going to be surprised if the full team with official stats is leaked before the content drop today on Friday. So that's the team that is in packs there. It is some pretty big names. I'm going to save a few packs for it. I do think you could argue that Team 2 is better than Team 1 in some ways. And of course, with a couple of those hero additions in Team 2, it does look pretty good. Now let's talk about Evos. This is where we're hoping the content picks up a bit today because content Evos has been cooking recently. Now the Evo that is kind of being leaked right now, not officially out there, but it's being rumored, is the Musiala Evo. This was tweeted out a couple of weeks ago by EA. This is kind of like the club member reward evolution. So that means that not everybody is going to get this. A club member basically means that you played FC 25 before November 1st of last year, and you played FC 26 before November 1st of this year. And that's how you get this Jamal Musiala evolution that gives 5-star skills and technical plus. Very timely that EA gives out this evolution right after they just returned the Technical Plus playstyle back to its former glory and now current glory, where it used to be in terms of the pace of the gameplay and the pace of that R1 dribbling working, which a lot of people were super happy about with the gameplay, and I would be very happy with that as well. The gameplay does feel a bit better after going back on this change that EA said they were going to do. Now, we don't know the exact requirements of this. Allegedly, there was a rumor going around it was max 85 rated. That seems almost too good to be true, especially for an Evo that was last year called like a Jude Bellingham Evo. And remember, that one was like max 83. It gave Relentless Plus, and it wasn't that good. So we'll just have to see if this ends up dropping max 85. But I mean, regardless, getting 5-star skills in Technical Plus, that's going to be a very, very interesting evolution. And it may be the evolution that some of these leakers are starting to tease on Twitter. Foot26 League says big evolution set to come with some Balbazos and the German flag, and it's pretty obvious. It's Karim Adeyemi. He fits this Evo because Adeyemi's card has gone from 3,000 coins all the way up to 6K, probably going to go up a little bit further today as well. And he's not the only card that is rising for this evolution link, or maybe there's another Evo link coming out as well, like a center back Evo. So there's a lot of news around that Cam one, and a lot of those players are moving, but also maybe like a winger Evo. Guys, I don't know how many Evos we'll get today, because I don't think the main Evo that EA would drop would be this one, because not everybody gets this. This is a club member reward only, and it's probably going to show up in the rewards section here. It's not even going to show up in the evolution section. So we might have like 3 Evos today if we get that one, plus our regular 2 Evos on a Friday. But Evos have been better recently, right? I know that they cost coins like 20,000, 10,000, 30,000 coins, but the boosts have been bigger and better, and the stat caps have been higher, and the upgrades have just been a lot nicer. It feels like Evos have definitely turned up recently, like EA said they were going to, so that is very nice to see. So I'm very curious to know if that Musiala Evo drops today. If it does, and if it's very good, watch out for center attacking mids, because they could be dropping a little bit on the market. That's just kind of the way things go, right? Last week when Pogba was dropped, a lot of center mids and cams dropped. Might be the same sort of situation. You know, I'm not saying a card like Del Piero is going to get cooked in price today as a 700,000 coin icon, but maybe somebody who's like 150,000 coins as a cam, or 200K could drop a little bit if that Evo is actually good. So we'll be watching out for more leaks related to that. Last couple things to discuss. We do have a couple of official cards here now for leaked players. Park Ji-sung, center attacking mid, 86 pace, 87 dribble, 84 pass with pinged pass plus. Again, if they give this card center mid position, this card will cook, and he could be a really great SBC with some of the other playstyles that he has. So we'll wait to see when that is dropped and how much it costs. And we also have a Lukaku card. This could be an objective item. Center attacking mid Lukaku. As we noted in yesterday's video, he's got incisive pass and very good playstyles on his striker gold version, but an 85 rated cam version is very intriguing. We'll see where this one ends up being dropped. If it's dropped today, I mean, we're expecting an SBC player, right, with Rashford, an evolution or multiple of them, and an objective player. We get objective players every single week. I wonder if they're going to drop a bunch of objective players again like last week. Probably not. It'll just be a few, since we still have that Fright Fest objective that is still out and available to be working on. This one does not expire today. You've got a whole nother week to do it, but we'll see if we get another player objective in here today as well. Last thing, speaking of objectives, is the live event that is going to be turning up today in this game, guys. We have another one. They're kind of popping up randomly right now, right? Thursday we had Champs 1, or Wednesday we had Champs Season 1 Excellence. Yesterday on Thursday we had the Season 2 World Tour Cup. And then today we're getting the Season 1 Excellence Exhibition, which this, guys, is the One Nation tournament that we've been kind of hearing about and looking forward to since the beginning of the game. We just don't know what the rewards are yet. That's going to be the big ticket with this live event. Is it going to be worth playing for the rewards? Because some of the other ones, like we just talked about, aren't really worth playing for most of us. This one, you have to complete the weekly play objective group at least 3 times previously to be able to be entered into it, which I think most people would do. But you can see that the only requirement is squads max 1, or countries max 1 in your squad, and it's the first to 3 event. That means if you score 3 goals, you win. It's basically golden goal, but to 3 goals instead of 1 goal. So that's going to be very interesting. We'll maybe make this mode a bit faster and a bit more attacking offensive base if you're really just going for it and trying to score goals instead of trying to play a full match. So that's one thing to watch out for today. And since it's the One Nation Cup, of course, the first season was English, right? And when I look at my club and some of my squads that I've got a lot of English players. I mean, I've got that Tamori card there. I've got Kwanzaa, which, by the way, for these World Tour cards, it was just announced by EA yesterday that these cards are now going to give +1 league, or no, it's a nation. They give +1 chemistry. I believe it's nation. I think it is the nation chemistry that they give. So I'm looking at English players right here, and I'm like, okay, I've got a decent number of the English players, at least in the World Tour design. And then I go to the rest of my English guys. I got Surridge. I've got a full team of English players. It's probably going to be the nation that I choose for this cup, but I think England and Spain would be the most popular. And, you know, maybe just kind of look around the market and some players that are very popular players from those nations, like Balde as a left back for Spain, or maybe Pickford as a goalkeeper, because I don't know if we've got many goalkeepers from England that have just been like given out for free. Of course, you've had Evos and stuff, but there could be some moves on the market on some of these cards. Not crazy, but just a little bit if the objective rewards are good and if it feels like it is worth playing as people fill out those One Nation squads. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. I actually picked up one Pickford special card for like 22K just to see if he goes up a little bit, if people are actually going to buy teams to go and finish and play that new One Nation tournament that is going to be dropping today on this game. I mean, Weekend League is definitely going to be the main demand, but that one is there as well. Now, let's talk about the market today a little bit, guys, to end off the video. The market is doing pretty good. Let's just show a graph, right? This Reinders card yesterday I bought for 42,000 coins, like right here. He's rising up nicely. I sold all mine at 47. He's now at 48K. If you look at a lot of places on the market right now, prices have risen, prices are up. And I think that's due to the fact that, A, there's a decent amount of gameplay demand right now with Rivals. Like I mentioned yesterday, the new patch, that actually does motivate people to play a little bit more because they'll see that, you know, things are going on, things are being talked about within the game and inside the game, and they'll want to go and try it out when there's changes, especially going back and reverting the patch that EA put in previously, making dribbling better. I think the market can do pretty good today. Of course, the biggest question with the market this weekend is what is going to happen with the new Weekend League rewards. It's going to give out a lot more coins, which we are expecting to see make the market go up, but is it going to have an immediate effect? I still think we're going to have a Friday night bubble tonight. So if you're looking to buy a team, you want to buy that squad within the first probably 15 to 20 minutes after the content drop, unless something crazy happens. And one of the only things that could happen that would be crazy today that I haven't mentioned yet is the store packs. There could be some player picks in the packs for you section. There was that one pack code that was added that looked like it could maybe be something people would spend coins on. That could hurt the market a bit. If there's a really good evolution that costs coins, that could hurt the market a bit. But other than that, I think the market could do pretty good today. I think we will have a Friday night bubble. So if you want to buy a team, I will be watching prices before content and then right after content. And then, of course, absolutely, as always, we would have that bubble time period of prices really going up and hitting a peak 1 hour to 2 hours after Weekend League starts. That's a great time to sell. And even though we have more coins hitting the market this weekend because of the improved FUT Champs rewards, I still do believe we're going to see the market drop off like we do almost every single Friday night. And then once we head out of Friday night into Saturday, maybe on some of those top tier, rare, out of pack special cards, icons, and heroes, you'll start to see prices kind of slowly climb into the rest of the weekend and then into the week as well on those cards. So that's why I've been saying kind of watch out on those expensive cards. Watch out on the Ultimate Scream cards as well. These cards go out of packs today. People are going to be very interested in buying them after content if they have not gone up too much more, because they will be out of packs and they have the live upgrades now pending next week on Wednesday. The 99 stats will be coming in for these, and it's only a matter of time before some of them probably start to rise decently well in price. The ones that are very popular, ones that people really want to try. I'm actually going to go look at this card, Chowie card, really fast because she was upwards of 440,000 coins yesterday, almost to that value. And right now she is around 410,000 coins. If I could get like a 405 on bid, if I get like 400 flat or right around there, I would absolutely buy this because this card is very hyped and she could go back up just on a fluctuation, maybe back to like 450, that'd be a little high, but she's going out of pack, so I think we can maybe ask a little bit more of a card like this who's rare. So I'm going to try to pick one of these up for right around 400,000 coins, because I think that is cheap enough to take a punt on, and we'll go from there. Guys, also watch out today for defenders. Defenders, because I know we had the left back Evo and stuff, but the players that are coming in the new team, the Evos, the SBCs, doesn't look like there's a whole lot coming for defenders. So they may be better places to trade today, as people have to go out and buy players in that position instead of just, doing an SBC or doing an evolution for that type of card. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. That's a lot of information. There's a lot going on today. Most of all, good luck with your packs. Good luck with your weekend league. And let me know in the comments what you're liking about this game right now, what you're not liking about this game. Hit me down there, and I will see you guys in the streams today. If you want to see us open some packs, talk about everything happening on our promo Friday, and hopefully make some coins, make sure to drop by here on YouTube or drop by on Twitch to see the stream today for Ultimate Scream number 2. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up button once again, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Friday. Peace out.